So now let's discuss about BJT or bipolar junction transistor. So basically a BJT is a current controlled device. I'll tell you why I call it this, because in it current flows due to both majority charge carriers and minority charge carriers, and that is the reason why I call it bipolar, having two different polarities, majority charge carrier and minority charge carrier. So the beauty with it is it has an input impedance which is low and the output impedance is high. Also, due to minority carriers, it is a bit noisy in nature, and also the thermal stability is less due to leakage or reverse saturation currents. So there is a question asked already. So doping levels, it is highest at emitter and it is least in the base. When coming to area in a NPN or PNP semiconductor BJT, so area wise, highest area is for collector and least is for base, because we have to reduce the concept of recombination. So the transistor action, basically transistor means transfer of resistance, and this happens at base region in a BJT. So if you want to operate the transistor in saturation region, so the emitter junction and the collector junction are to be forward biased, and if you want to have the BJT in active region, then you have to have the emitter junction in forward bias and collector junction in reverse bias. There is also another region called reverse active, in which the emitter junction is reverse biased and collector junction is forward bias. Now in the same, the BJT can be operated in cutoff when both the emitter junction collector junction are reverse biased. Now the transistor will act as an amplifier in active region, and it will act as a switch with on condition for saturation, on condition of saturation region, and cutoff will be the off stage of the switch. Okay, so transistor BJT, I will simply call it, will work as an amplifier in active region, and it will act as a switch in cutoff and saturation regions. So cutoff is simply off stage of a switch and on stage of a switch. So can we connect two back to back diodes as a BJT? Never, because if you connect two back-to-back diodes, then the base region will not be small. Also, there is no bonding between base and collector, and you also have the base transit time which is higher, therefore you miss the act of transistor. So in a transistor, major currents are diffusion currents and base current is called a recombination current. So another important point, so for a proper transistor action, width of base must be less than diffusion length. We'll understand what exactly are these in the future. So I can simply write the current equation as IC is equal to beta IB into 1 plus beta into ICO naught, and this equation is basically applicable in active region of a transistor, where beta is the current gain in common emitter configuration. Now sometimes there is a chance of asking the question related to power dissipation, which is nothing but I into V, or here in this case C is the collector current and Vc is the collector to emitter voltage. Student has to remember the power dissipation in saturation and cutoff are almost zero, because it will just act as a switch, and the power dissipation is maximum at active region. So we also have to remember an equation ICO naught greater than ICBO naught greater than ICO naught, where ICO naught is the base cutoff current and ICO naught is the reverse saturation current across bias collector junction. So we have some important formulas here which you have to note. So IC is alpha into IE and IC is equal to beta into IB. So the current gain of common base alpha is simply IC by IE, or I can write alpha is beta by 1 plus beta. So the current gain in common collector is gamma, and gamma is simply nothing but 1 plus beta, or I can simply remember the formula 1 by alpha minus 1 by beta is 1 and gamma is 1 plus beta. Also remember, beta for DC analysis is always greater than beta of AC. Beta is nothing but current gain. So there is a concept called early effect. So because of this, the effective base width will be decreasing. So what exactly is early effect? So it is the if the increase in the depletion region due to increase in reverse bias at collector junction. So as I told, if NPN, so if I am doing reverse bias of this junction, the depletion width will be increasing. So because of this early effect, alpha will be increasing by a small amount, but beta will be increasing drastically. So this effective base width offers high resistance or spread resistance at high frequencies. So there is a chance of emitter junction breakdown due to Zener effect, while collector junction breakdown is due to avalanche effect.